Hey guys, I forgot to hit record there. All we did was talk to this Mariette lady here. She asked us to help her husband who's being convicted of murder. Lieutenant, based on status report 16C, it seems we're no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile. The risks involved and continued loss of resources and lives make it hard to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Kandros. Yeah, silly, this takes place in the Andromeda Galaxy. It's true.
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Candros for authorization to participate.
Anyway, after I think Mass Effect 1, maybe Mass Effect 2, they start the Andromeda Initiative, where they send people across dark space in cryogenic stasis. They sent an arc for the Turians, for the humans, for the Solarians, and probably the Asari. Um, and I guess some Krogan, too. And the goal was to basically get to Andromeda. And yeah, here it is. Damage control. To Tyrion Kandros from Jaren Tan, director of the Andromeda Initiative. Kandros, as you're aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a factor, but for the leaders, including your predecessor, former security director Sloan Kelly, it was a conscious betrayal. There have been perfunctory attempts to catalog and address the damages caused by Sloan's people during the uprising. Supplies stolen, equipment broken, things of that nature. But I was hoping the militia could step up in an official report. It's imperative that we know what we were working with if we're going to survive. He used instant transmission. Yeah, so we the beginning of the game starts with us arriving, and then and waking up, and then immediately running into some weird dark energy and damaging our ship. Whose key signatures did they lock onto? That's a great question and a good understanding of the instant transmission. Tan director from Tyrion Kandros, Director Tan, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nels to look into it. That said, it was my understanding the exiles were more Calyx's people than Sloan's. Isn't he the one who started the mutiny? Calyx Corvanus may have started, but Sloan made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regards, but I hope you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Sloan Kelly's not who I thought she was. That won't be a problem. Good, then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find where Sloan and the exiles might have gone? When we do get colonial efforts up and running, I don't want any surprises. Forward report recon team 232. Trail's cold. Found what looks like abandoned camps in the Pfeiffer system, but none with living inhabitants. Only graveyards. The conspirator Irida was among the dead, but not Sloan Kelly. The Pfizer system. You sometimes take your break over in the Andromeda Galaxy? How did you discover it, X? I'll select arms merchant. Let me buy shit. Alright, so I have 0 credits. Good. No, I have 100 credits. All savage. Alright, I have 1,200 credits. I can't buy anything worthwhile. Can I buy armor? Sure.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
A Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos.
Eos.
We're on our last legs. Overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Don't throw in the towel yet. I'll review the evidence. Maybe I can find something that'll help.
That would be great. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Maybe. McRunchy, how do you feel about Loop Hero? Asane has been really excited about that game.
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
You got it. Shop till you drop. Here I come.
I have a better
That's
question.
fine. Hey, wait. Please don't drop anything you bought from me, okay? Tam would have my head if anything happened to you on my account.
Anyone notice this guy's model is completely low res compared to hers? Like, look at his.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Then look at my character, like so much better. Fuck out of the way, dude. Alright, I was already in here.
Engineering report.
Okay.
Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
We can't go in there. Alright. Okay, let's take a look around. Anything over here? I think this might be where we initially came from. Ah, second container. Give me that. Same shit, different day. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up, the Nexus is a four-ring circus. Don't like how Tan operates, and his disdain for the Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I can talk to Kandros about this, and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated. Or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. You like how they come over here and they're like, well, we're still racist, so let's keep this going.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing.
What other
At least
character had a
with the
ponytail?
Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with a genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
I'm not sure Kesh is a him, dudes. It might be.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
Dudes, the boss isn't ready yet, but hey, Sane, welcome.
What happened to G and Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
Yeah, dudes, but you gotta watch what the bot says in response. The bot says that the arena is being cleaned up and won't be available for 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line to take over the Andromeda initiative. I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
I like
What
this,
kind of work do you
Kurgan.
do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Fuck that,
Good
Asane
luck
one
out
guy.
there.
Asane, how you been? What you been up to? Are you all done training your protege?
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Breath of Fire 4 was a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, I highly
This is the
recommend.
planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Yeah, I played this once ago when it came out, and I like the experience, but it's supposed to be even better now, according to you, so. The Universal Translator's translating whatever they call it and tricks your mind into seeing their lips say the same words. Ah, okay. That makes sense. You like how the entire galaxy adopted the Milky Way name?
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
All right, we're finding out lots of information about the Andromeda Initiative now, guys.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here, or what?
If the others would allow me. They don't see me as the rightful successor.
The Winter Way. Interesting. I didn't
What's
know
the
that.
problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life
So,
had its detours,
most
and I
people.
went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on New Worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Georgians call it the Deer's Leap. Japan calls it the River of Heaven. Spanish calls it the Road to Santiago. What?
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
Latvia calls it Bird's Path. Lajban calls it the Large Group of Stars. Korean call it Our Galaxy.
What
but
can you
didn't-
tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
So Hawaiians call it Shark Sucker. Alright. I mean, didn't King Jong-un invent the galaxy?
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arcs. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
It's probably not a good idea to bring your racism with you. You're already
Sounds
plaguing
like
the
the
entire
Nexus has had a
trip.
rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, It's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
I'm fairly certain that the Milky Way only houses a bit of the Federation territory dues, not all of it. Maybe it's hard to get rid of their racism. They should have thought about that before getting
We
people
came
over
across
here.
alien technology on Habitat 7. Seemed to affect the weather. Your people know anything about that?
There have been reports. Failed scouting missions have mentioned advanced structures of unknown design. Whatever they are, they defy explanation. But with our resources stretched so tight, no one has had a chance to study them. And what if the answer was bad for morale? Suppose these things turn people into food. All we know is the Cat are interested in them. I'd rather not stir things up.
All right.
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Okay, so they were on their way.
That's all.
We just
Thanks for your time.
they just weren't part of the
Of
initial
course,
wave.
as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Tram technicians.
All right. That makes more sense.
Coupling attic.
Yeah, looks fine so far.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
What is there to be paranoid about?
We've had 3 malfunctions.
Maybe
in
I'll see the
past
screen
week.
flash there.
That's
so
not
weird.
good. Sorry. Understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of. But I don't know who to trust anymore.
Bob Dole.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. That's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Okay, so
No, I'm fine. And I don't know. It just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
essentially, guys, the hey, Kandros.
That's the console for our strike teams.
I was thinking
What are
that
they?
too, N7.
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex, combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
I'll deploy your people carefully, Kandros.
Appreciate that, Ryder. But trust me, Apex can handle themselves. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Thick. Alright. Let's do some strike teams. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking that too. Missions. Debrief to resolve. Okay, strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda initiative. If they succeed, they'll earn EXP and Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they earn only a small amount of EXP and no reward. Apex is the most elite strike team in the cluster and can handle most critical missions. Mission space and send Apex. Your progress will automatically save before multiplayer is launched. You'll then play the role of an Apex operative in a small squad. Hey there, friends. Okay, sure. These missions are currently available for your strike teams. For space with space to send a strike team. Check back daily for new missions. All right, so these are essentially the fucking. All right, look at that. We got Echo level 2. Mission failed. Good job, guys. All right, we'll check that later. I'm playing this on PC. All right, so if we go into our, we're gonna save our game. We haven't actually created a save spot yet, so. Okay, journal. Better beginning. I don't want priority ops. Did I level up again? I didn't level up again. What the fuck? 2 points. All right. Charge Nova. Let's give you a point in Nova. And Asari. Are you in Asari? You in Asari? Sure. He's got 0 points. Okay. Okay. That's. Oh, we gotta go back and talk to Candros real quick. Okay. Investigation Operations Center Site, Pathfinder HQ, and Militia Site. Oh, wait, can I actually go in there and track those? That's what I need. There we go. Talk to this dude.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Tyrian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
So there was a trial, and he was found guilty.
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying.
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Yeah, the X raises a good point. You like how these people left on this initiative, but 600 years prior, everyone is now living as a hybrid of synthetic and organic life, pending the choice you made at the end of the 3. So while Andromeda is a shit show, Milky Way is sunshine and daisies. Essentially not.
It's rough
Probably
out
not
there.
Joker laced
Might
with
need
the
backup
ED.
if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. But that isn't news to you, right?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to war in the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Like Bob Dole.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor, and cousin Nyreen went pirate on Omega. Everyone
Nyreen!
was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
We dealt with Nyreen in the other game.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
It's true.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
They,
You and me both, Pathfinder.
They do not know what happened at the end of 3.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back.
No! I'm
We're
not
taking
letting
it
your
back.
ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Oh. Sure.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they left before the ending of 3. Pretty sure you're right about that.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once. Alright, moving on. Docking clamps.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
The relay is set to build up a small amount of excess charge every time it distributes power to other systems. If undiscovered, eventually this would cause an overload and violent discharge. Only someone with physical access to the console could have set this up. Death Bell! Thank you for coming to hang out. I hope you're not too busy today and things can calm down for you.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
This weird black flash that's happening.
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Now the entire race would have survived if they didn't make it their entire race into Escher to hunt down the guy. Right? If they just listened and backed down, they would have been absolutely fine.
The Hyperion coupling annex.
Exactly, X. You got it. All they had to do is back down. Why is this person sabotaging this shit?
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the saboteur used.
This system has been tampered with to randomly discharge a pulse that wipes system memory. The sabotage will perform remotely. If we can trace back the source, we may be able to discern who had access to the site.
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once.
Well, that doesn't help me.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Oh, good. Alright, well, before we resolve that, let's set up a new video.